Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. I thank you again for joining me today. Hey, today I want to talk about, I want to mention 12 miracles in the Bible. I know there's plenty more in there, and Yeshua did so many of them himself, feeding the multitudes, healing the sick in many ways, in different times, casting out demons. But I don't want to stress on all of the messiahs because in the Bible there's so many miracles. But I do mention a couple of his miracles too. And anyways, these are 12 miracles in the Bible, and I'm just going to say what they are. I'm going to give you guys the biblical reference, the chapters, verse, books, whatever. I'm going to give that, and I encourage you guys to look this up for yourself, study them, and appreciate the richness in it, and miracles are miracles. So anyways, number one is first one is parting of the Red Sea in Exodus chapter 14 verses 13 and 31 through 31. That's when the Egyptians were in hot pursuit of the Israelites, and they were boxed and cornered between like the mountains, and also the Red Sea. So Moses, he told the people not to be scared because they're going to be delivered, and he took his staff and he waved it over, and the sea parted, and they were able to cross over it. And then the Egyptians decided they was going to cross over it too, so they started crossing it. And when the Israelites were safe on the beach or the shore next over, Moses stretched his staff out again, and the waters came crashing down on the Egyptians, and they perished. Next one here is Lazarus raised from the dead. John chapter 11, verses 1 through 57. And Lazarus passed away, and Yeshua was late, and Mary and Martha, the sisters of Lazarus, were crying and upset, and they thought, well, Yeshua, if you was here a couple days ago, you could have saved him. They didn't realize that he had the Holy Spirit, he had the power to bring Lazarus back, and he did. He showed everybody in attendance that he could do it, and he did it. The next one is the sun stands still, and that's in the book of Joshua, chapter 10, verses 1 through 43. That has to do with the battle of Gibeon. Next one would be Elijah raised the dead. Yes, he did. He also did that. He 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 17 through 24. Yeah, he raised the dead too. Now, next one, and this everybody knows this one here, just like the Lazarus one up there. David and Goliath. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verses 1 through 58. And the miracle there was you had a little boy, David, who was he was filled with the Holy Spirit. He had faith, and he believed in Yahweh. And Goliath was over there, a big giant. He's like 7 foot, 8 foot tall, full of armor and a big sword and spears. He was taunting the Israelites, and also he was taunting the very Creator. David didn't like it, so he went out there and basically put the big giant in his place permanently. The next one, Daniel in the lion's den. That's in Daniel chapter 6, verse 1 through 28. Daniel was put in the lion's den because some of the other, I don't know if you want officials or butt kisses of the king tried to trick the king into passing laws, doing whatever. And Daniel, he wasn't going to dishonor his Elohim, so that's where he got caught, and he was thrown in the lion's den. But when they come looking later on, the lion was just basically tender. I mean, he's a baby. He was like a little puppy or something. Didn't do nothing. Didn't harm Daniel or nothing. Next one was at Pentecost, when the disciples were able to speak different languages to the crowds, the diverse crowd. And that's in Acts chapter 2, verses 1 through 8. That was a miracle too, but it was foretold. Messiah said that's exactly what would happen. It did, and that was a miracle, because a lot of the people that was looking on either thought they were inebriated, and they was like, wait, aren't these Galileans? Why are they speaking like this? Why are they speaking in our tongues or other languages too? Next one here, Peter heals a man. Acts chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. Peter said he didn't have any silver, no gold to the crippled beggar. He said, here's what I've got. And he said, rise in the name of Yeshua. And the man got up. The man got up and walked. And that was probably the greatest donation he ever got. Next one is Yeshua heals a withered hand. Mark chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. And he said they want to make a point. Is it the law? Is it better to do good on the Sabbath or evil? In doing good, like healing. And the religious establishment didn't think that was right, but he did it right in your hand. He told the man, stretch out your hand, and he healed that withered hand right in front of him. And the religious establishment didn't know what to think. They were mad at him, at Yeshua, but they just don't know what to think. There's people around and all, and after seeing that, people were on Yeshua's side. They thought at least he was a prophet or something. Next one is Syrians blinded and defeated. Now they were 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 8 to 23. Now the Syrians were always back in the Old Testament there, and like in 1st, 2nd Kings, they were always like a thorn in the side of Israel. You always hear about the Philistines, the Canaanites, Hittites. You hear about other groups, but the Syrians were also troublesome to the kingdom of Israel. And Israel, of course, they were no saints themselves. They were doing pagan worship and things like that. Next one is the golden image and the fiery furnace in Daniel chapter 3, verses 13 through 30. And that's when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they refused, like Daniel, they refused to dishonor Yahweh and honor the king, like a emperor worship with the big golden image. So they were thrown in a fiery furnace, and when they looked in there, while they was thinking that they were being roasted alive, they looked in there, they actually saw 4 like silhouettes in there instead of 3. But none of the flames, the heat, nothing hurt them, and they were able to come out unscathed. And the king was really astonished at that. He recognized, he basically said, the mighty one is, he has to be with you if he saved you. And talking about Yahweh, of course, but the last one here, the last miracle. Well, there's going to be plenty more in the future miracles. You see that, but biblically speaking, here, the last one is the resurrection of Messiah. Yes, it was prophesied and everything, but that in itself was a miracle. What he went through the mock trial, the beatings, the humiliation, the shame. He was marched to his death, his cross, and he hung there for hours, and he was mocked and ridiculed, and he gave up the ghost. But 3 days and 3 nights later, just like he told them, the sign of Jonah, he said, I will rise again. And he did. And you can find that in Matthew 28, verses 1 through 20, Mark 16, 1 through 20, Luke 24, verses 1 through 53, and John chapter 20, verse 1 through chapter 21, verse 25. And like I said, I encourage all of you guys to check up on them scriptures, read those stories yourself, but there's plenty more of miracles that happen in there. I just wanted to state 12 of them, and I didn't put them in order like what I thought the number one was or anything. I just mixed them up, but probably the best miracle was Yeshua's resurrection. That was probably the best, because He recognized our pain and sufferings through sin and stuff like that, and he come to help us, save us from our sins, and give us a better opportunity at salvation. But those are the 12 miracles of the Bible that I just wanted to mention. If you have any stories about anything about your favorite miracle or other miracles, comment below. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate that. And also, please watch my other videos. Look back there, see something might catch your fancy there. And also, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, and also subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I really do thank you guys for watching my videos and liking them and commenting and things like that. I really do. So until we meet again, brothers and sisters, peace out and shalom.